Hi Ray, we've got the transmission out of your 05 F150. This is what it looks like when it's all apart. I'll go over a couple of things with you, and Eric or Amanda will contact you with the different estimates. The main problem that you had was with this direct clutch failing. You can see, if you look at this friction surface, this is what they should look like, and the steel plate should look like that. So we've got a nice even color all the way across, and if we look at our direct clutch, it's pretty easy to see that it's all burnt up, and that's going to be obviously from slippage. The intermediate clutch, which comes on for second gear, we have some leopard spotting here, so this clutch has been slipping a little bit. So this clutch slipped a little bit, this clutch obviously slipped a lot. The reverse clutch looks okay, and the forward clutch, it looks okay as well. Like, there was no slippage. These plates are going to be worn, but you can see the color of the steel plate. There wasn't any slippage on that clutch. This band is the overdrive band. You can see this black line here. That's going to be a little bit of slippage there as well. And on our lower reverse band, if we look down at the anchor point, you can see the friction material for the band is flaked off right on that. This band, quite often this end will break off, so we will typically replace that band every time. On our Torrington bearings, these bearings, they all look fine, but if we look at this bearing, you can see where my thumb is. There's some pitting right in that location, and there's some more up here as well. So right there is where the pitting is, so that bearing obviously is no good as well. The pump itself, so this is your pump, it looks to be fine. The planetary gear, same thing, it looks fine. Sun gear looks okay. The front sun gear looks okay as well. So those things, they appear to be okay. The reason for that direct clutch failure, and this may be hard to pick it up, but right here on the valve body plate, there's little spider cracks, like there's hairline cracks. There's a plate like this that is up against there while it's inside the transmission, and so the dimpling of that weakens this area right here, and what ends up happening is this piece here ends up deflecting this way, and then underneath there's oil passages that get joined that they're not supposed to be joined. So these stiffener plates, this one and this one, they used to have one in this location as well, and when they did, we didn't used to see this problem, but around 2001 they decided to get rid of that stiffener plate, and so the fix for that is we have to drill 2 holes and then put a metal plate with a gasket right there, and then that fixes that problem. And that again is typically what causes this clutch to fail like that. We also have some bore wear in the case, so we've got where these pins slides in, we've got a little wiggle there. When we get to the overdrive bore, there's quite a bit more of the play there, and you've got a piston inside there like this, and so it relies on the pin going into the case being a tight fit. Otherwise we're going to have some of the oil that comes in here for release oil, and we're going to have it leak out through the pin. It's not supposed to. That's supposed to act kind of like a seal, so we're going to have to address that as well. There was also a output speed sensor code, and this little guy is the output speed sensor. We don't see any reason with the speed sensor itself. We weren't able to road test the vehicle, so we'll have to look into that. It may be just a situation where it didn't take gear, you step on the gas and the computer expects to see some movement there, so that would be a possibility. This is just a shot of the kind of material we've got in the pan. You can see on the magnet we've got quite a bit of metal built up there, and that stuff will be throughout the unit as well, and that's the reason it has to be all cleaned up properly. So as I said, Eric or Amanda will contact you with the estimates, and we'll go from there.